Hello, welcome back everybody. Today we are going to study about Napoleonic Code. Last year you had studied about Napoleon. Do you remember it? If you don't remember, just I will introduce who was Napoleon. Last year you had the lesson French Revolution in class 9th. In that you had studied about National Assembly. When the National Assembly of France collapsed, it paved way for a directory. And the directory also had some problem within it. The directory consisted of some members. They had internal disputes. Because of these disputes, the directory also collapsed or it failed. So that it gave a chance for a dictatorship in France and Napoleon, who emerged as the dictator in France. So do you remember now? Napoleon was the dictator in France. But even though he was dictator, he had made many administrative reforms in France during the year of 1804. And these administrative reforms are known as Civil Code, or we can say Napoleonic Code. Napoleonic Code was introduced in 1804, and this Napoleonic Code was very much good for the French people. That is why Napoleon came to be known as the modernizer of Europe. So in exam, most probably the question is asked, explain Napoleonic Code of 1804 or the Civil Code of 1804, or it can be asked as why Napoleon is known as the modernizer of Europe. So for every this question, the answer is same. The answer what I am going to discuss are the important points or important reforms that Napoleon brought in France. Which were those administrative reforms Napoleon brought? One by one we will analyze. The first one, that Napoleon had abolished. He had abolished some of the feudal rights or some of the feudal rights or feudal dues which were paid by the peasants, which was known as manorial dues. So he had abolished manorial dues of the peasants. Means third estate people, they had to pay some money to the feudal lords. This money was known as the manorial dues. Manorial in the sense the feudal people or feudalists were living in the bungalows. That bungalows came to be known as manor. So since they were living in manor, it came to be known as manorial due. So Napoleon had abolished the manorial dues. That was the first thing. Next thing, he had abolished the privileges by birth. Some privileges by birth which he had at that time. We had learnt first estate means the church had some rights to collect the taxes, right? So such privileges by birth, if one man is a priest, he had the right to collect the tax. Such privileges by birth that Napoleon had abolished. Third thing, he had introduced equality before law. So equality before law, that was introduced by Napoleon. Fourth thing, that he had also improved the transport system. So Napoleon had improved transport system. Next thing, he had introduced standard uniform ways and measures, or same ways and measures. Everywhere in Europe, if we go, the uniform system of ways and measures he had introduced. So because of that, the traders, they could move anywhere because their commodities or their goods get same way or same ways and measures everywhere. So that was not a problem for the traders and the sellers. Next thing, that Napoleon also had brought many improvement in the administrative system, or he had improved or he had simplified the administrative system. That was one of the important thing he had brought. Next thing, he also had a broad right to property in Europe. So right to property was brought by Napoleon. Many good things Napoleon had done during 1804 when he came into power. And he had annexed many different parts of Europe, like the parts of Switzerland, some parts of Italy, some parts of Germany, many such areas he had annexed to France. So wherever he had annexed the territories, people considered him or his army as the harbingers of liberty. So when he had annexed these territories, everywhere he had put forth or he had introduced that administrative reforms or the Civil Code of 1804. So, and he had also made a uniform currency in France or in Europe. In France we cannot say simply because many different parts of Europe was annexed by Napoleon. So it is probably very easy to say Europe. Many European states he had introduced uniform currency. These all good things he had introduced so that he is said to be known as the modernizer of Europe. So Napoleon, he was a good administrator because he had followed this type of administrative system in his country. Now, even though Napoleon had brought many changes or many good things for the people, some of the things which were his drawback, or we can say that for any policies, any laws which is to be implemented, some good things would be there or some of the merits would be there, some demerits we could see. So same way, when Napoleon introduced administrative reform, these administrative reforms had many positive sides, but there were some negative sides even. So these negative sides, we can say that the drawbacks of Napoleon's administration. So at the initial stages, Europeans considered him or the Napoleon as the modernizer of Europe. Slowly, the Europeans found there were some demerits or drawback in Napoleon's administration. So they started criticizing against Napoleon. What were those drawbacks? The drawbacks were mainly, the first thing, he had forcefully made the people to join the army. So even though Europeans don't want to join in the army, but Napoleon forcefully made them to join the army. That is written in your textbook, forced conscription to army. So forced conscription in the sense, forcefully he made the people to join in the army. Second thing that Europeans found, that was censorship. Means Napoleon, he brought censorship. He was against freedom of press. He made everything cannot be printed. So he made some restriction for printing or press. So that was known as censorship. So due to this censorship, people did not like Napoleon's that part, or censorship people did not accept it. Next thing, that he had also increased the taxes. So these three important drawbacks we could see. Very important drawbacks, these were there. Many other would be there. But you have to study only these three important drawbacks of Napoleon's administration, which were the first one, forced conscription to army. Second one, he had introduced censorship, means freedom of press was not given to the people. Third thing, he had increased the taxes. So due to this drawback, Napoleon was slowly, Europeans got hatred towards Napoleon. Okay. So Napoleon was considered to be modernizer of Europe, but there were some drawback for Napoleon's administration. And at last, the conservatives, they fought against Napoleon and he was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo. So Napoleon was defeated in the Battle of Waterloo. So this part you have to study in your book, and it is a very important part for your exam. Which are the important thing? That is Napoleonic Code, or it can be asked as why Napoleon was considered to be known as the modernizer of Europe. And next one, that is what were the important drawback of Napoleon's administration. These things you have to remember well.